Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update. Friday, July 21st, 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. We have a development here at Iceland. On day 12 of the Fagradalsfjall eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula, we have an occlusion. This means that the main cinder cone has now been sealed off and the lava river is slowing down. Just a small opening down here. That could mean that lava is filling up and oh, there it is. We're going to soon see a catastrophic overflow or a breakdown of the rim in just a few moments. So exciting things happening on day 12. Also today, Michigan residents are stunned by the largest hailstorm they have ever witnessed in the town of Davidson. Keep calm, it's boom time. Damaging wind, large hail, and even a few tornadoes were possible in several parts of the country on Friday. They have already been hit hard by storms in recent weeks in many of these regions, and flash flooding reported around metro Atlanta as severe storms impact the rest of us. More than 3,000 lose power in Georgia. We reported on this yesterday, and severe storms knocked out power to over 500,000 customers, in fact, yesterday. And the update on the power outage map is showing that there is some improvement. Just 68,000 without power now in Georgia, 150,000 overall in the U.S., so good news, the power is coming back on. 50,000 without power in Tennessee, 30,000 in Michigan, 25,000 in Alabama. Severe thunderstorms topple trees and spark flash floods across Georgia. More boom as Michigan residents are stunned by the largest hailstorm they have ever witnessed in the town of Davidson.
Dude, golf ball. Solid ice. And that's a small one. Look at these. I got big hands. Solid ice. Huge hailstorm.
Ooh. Huge hailstorm. Ooh. I like his style. So this is Davidson in Michigan, and Wednesday storms poured hail inside a Wisconsin Walmart. Down trees around Minnesota. Take a look.
This is what happened at the Walmart store in western Wisconsin. Hail came crashing down inside the store. This is in Rice Lake. Apparently the hail broke through a window or windows on the roof. The store wrote on Facebook last night that they were closed because of this storm damage. We don't know if anyone was hurt.
And take a look at what happened in Itasca County when huge chunks of hail hit a lake. I mean, just look at that. Pop, 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 pop. National Weather Service in Duluth got a closer look at some of the hail. Look at the size of that. It's almost the size of a tennis ball.
Need a little bleep there, yeah? Wind whipping down a big tree in Brooklyn Park. This is viewer Kevin Hankey catching all of this on camera.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh, Mike!
Yeah, another tree toppling in Roberts, Wisconsin. This is in St. Croix County. It gave Celine and her family and their
Oh, the poor trees as we enter hot and steamy weekend. Much of July has seen quite a heat wave across the southern tier of the U.S. from the desert southwest across Texas, while the rest of the country experiencing record low temperatures that the mainstream media refuses to report on. The same corridor will remain oppressive this weekend, but the steamy conditions will also build and expand across much of the western U.S. Expected widespread excessive heat warnings and heat advisories throughout the weekend in that limited rim of the U.S. Remember. Looking at the tropical update, we have a disturbance, number one, with a 50% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. Atlantic Invest 95 model track showing it headed directly to the Leeward Islands and into the Caribbean Sea in the next 6 days. So we'll stay tuned for more updates. Seismic update. No quakes of note. The biggest quake in the U.S., 3.2 in Montana, is normal activity. Worldwide, low-level activity overall. Worldwide volcano news update. Swanosima puffing to 7,000 feet. We've got Fuego, Semaru, Karangitang, Ubinus. Fuego to 19,000, Karangitang to 8,000, Semaru to 14, Ubinus to 26,000 feet. Quite impressive. And there's more in store. Popo to 19,000, Santa Rita, 15,000 feet. Ubinus puffing to 27,000 feet a little earlier. Fuego to 15, Karangitang 8,000, and we've got the Reykjanes volcano update. We'll get to that in a minute. Kluchiskov, new lava flow. And take a look at this. Mayon volcano in the Philippines. Massive block and ash flow created billowing ash plume yesterday. 3 lava flow arms increase. Now, the lava flow rate is comparable to the previous eruption and has overtaken the 2022 eruption by several thousand feet as the eruption continues. But we have an uptick in seismicity to a dormant volcano to the north, and that's Skjaldbred lava shield. Since the 14th of July, 2023, there has been a minor earthquake swarm close to Skjaldbred lava shield, south of the Prestjnjurkur volcano. The largest earthquake took place yesterday on the 20th of July with a magnitude of 3. And that area is home to a gigantic shield volcano, one of the largest shield eruptions in the last 10,000 years. Look at this amount of lava. Skjaldbred, or Broad Shield, is an Icelandic lava shield formed in one huge and protracted eruption roughly 9,500 years ago. The extensive lava fields which were produced by this eruption flowed southward and formed the basin of Pigvatna, Iceland's largest lake, and as well as the Parliament Plains, where the Icelandic National Assembly and the Alping was formed in 930. So, very big shield volcano getting active, and this is the Oldenjaknjur Langkjol lava field. Can you believe that? Now, this volcanic complex erupted most recently in 950 AD, and we're talking about an eruption 9,500 years ago to form that massive shield. So, this hasn't erupted in almost 1,000 years. And there is major uptick just in the southern portion of this lava, this volcanic system. So we could be seeing the awakening of a dormant volcano. And most of the seismic uptick here is located in this region right near Skjaldbred. So we're going to keep a close eye on that as we are in the 12th day of the eruption over right here at Iceland. And we are, wow, we missed it. So there was a catastrophic breach while we were watching, and let's get some sound in here. Yeah, so there has been a slight breach here to the west. I imagine this to break down more, and we'll see a huge lava outflow. But this lava tube is still giving a good amount of lava, feeding this eruption through this lava river here. So, but as you can see, the lava is building up in here, getting closer and closer to the surface here, becoming a little bit more volatile. And we now have a small breakdown here. Expect the western portion of the rim here to collapse in maybe the next few hours. Hours of powers. Give them a thumbs up there at Afar TV. Subscribe if you can. Now, quick space weather news update. The geomagnetic instability we've been experiencing for about 36 hours now. Another uptick just a few hours ago sent the KP index back up as high as it's been during the whole event, up to about KP 4.3. Still very low probability of aurora tonight, but this may recirculate, but according to the telemetry, it looks like it's dropped off quite considerably as far as plasma speed. Not a considerable event here. The BZ didn't shift to its maximum. Phi angle's looking weak. Density is hovering at the same, and just a small bump here in plasma speed. So we expect that there to be almost no more enhancement, and this to rapidly drop down, perhaps towards KP0, when we'll all be psychic. Now, a skyscraper-sized asteroid flew closer to the Earth than the Moon, and scientists didn't notice it until 2 days later. This is how good we are at spotting kill shots in the form of giant asteroids or comets heading towards Earth. A stealthy asteroid the size of a 20-story building hid in the sun's glare before zooming uncomfortably close to Earth on July 13th. You know what this means? Well, someday, one of these will be aimed directly at us and hit the surface. This happens far more often than scientists are leading on. As our show over at Revolution Radio, well, the evidence is clear. We get hit by lots of large bolides, and no one is really privy to the information. Now, this stealthy asteroid, the size of a 20-story building, hid in the sun's glare before zooming uncomfortably close to Earth on the 13th. And the scientists didn't even notice until the 15th, long after it passed. Now dubbed 2023 NT1, the roughly 200-foot wide, 60-meter space rock sailed past our planet on the 13th of July, traveling at 53,000 miles per hour, according to NASA. However, because the rock flew toward Earth from the direction of the sun, our star's glare blinded telescopes to the asteroid's approach until long after it passed. Kiss my... New study reveals the home appliances that spew more benzene than secondhand smoke. You're at an elevated risk of cancer. According to these experts, if you're using a gas stove, you're putting your whole family at risk. The only problem with this nonsense is hundreds of millions of people have been using gas stoves for decades, and not a single person died of cancer from benzene poisoning due to a stove. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Leading NASA climate experts says July is likely to be the hottest month on record. The only problem is his records only go back to 1949. Hello! If you want to know more about the fraud, join us tomorrow afternoon, 12 noon Mountain Time at Revolution Radio Studio B, when Lee and I will dissect and destroy the current narrative on the hottest month, the hottest day ever on the planet. It's a record that will be broken again and again, according to the propaganda that's being shoved down your throat. Well, that's true, but the facts aren't, and that's a boon to knowledge. Please share this video, as we are shadow banned. They don't want you to know the information we're sharing. You can watch all of our podcasts commercial free in one place by becoming a Patreon for as little as $1 a month. We love each and every one of you. Be safe, and that is a boom. We're going to Mesa Verde.